In this video, I'm going to show you how to graph a piecewise function by hand. So when we're graphing a piecewise function by hand, what we want to do is we want to use the endpoints. And we're going to use either open circle or closed circle based on the inequality symbol. So in our first case here, for the top part of the piecewise function, we have negative x plus 2, well, from negative 6 less than x less than 0. Since I have two less than symbols, I'm going to use open circles. So what we want to do is we want to figure out what the endpoint open circles would be. So what we do is we plug in the endpoints into the function. So in the first case, if we plug in negative 6, we would get the opposite of negative 6 plus 2, which is 8. So we would have the point negative 6, 8. So since it's the less than symbol, we're going to put an open circle at negative 6, 8. And then we would plug in 0. And when we do the calculation there, we would get 0, 2. So our other open circle would be at the point 0, 2. We know this is linear. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect those two, and we would have the first piece of the graph done. All right, for the next part, we have the constant 8, which we know is a horizontal line. And again, we're dealing with less than symbols, so we're going to have open circles at the endpoint. So the first case, we would plug in 0, and again, there's nothing to plug into because it's a constant. So we would have an open circle at 0, 8, and the other endpoint would be 5. So we would have an open circle at 5, 8. And then again, we're going to connect them. This is linear, so we would have the second piece of our graph done. And then the third piece of the graph is an absolute value graph. Now we notice here that we have the less than symbol x, or 5 is less than x, so that at the 5, at x equal 5, we're going to have an open circle. So if we plug in 5 into the function and we do the calculation, we would get the point 5, 3. So we have an open circle at 5, 3. The 10 is x less than or equal to 10, so we're going to include the endpoint 10, so it's going to be a closed circle. So we plug in 10 into the function, and we would get the point 10, 6. So we're going to put a closed circle at 10, 6. Now, understanding the family of functions here, we have absolute value, which is v-shape. So we need to know where the vertex is of this function. And if you look at the function with transformations, this was shifted from the origin 6 right and up 2. So our vertex would be at 6, 2. And so that would allow us to graph the v-shape there. And then we have completed the graph. Okay. All right. So I hope that video helped you in graphing piecewise functions. And thanks for watching.